Hi all, welcome back to Oops with C++ session 50. In today's session we are going to discuss about operator overloading concept. So before going to that, just quickly have observe this program. So I have some class called complex numbers. Okay, so which is having a real and imaginary. Okay, two data members, and I have taken one say complex constructor which is default values for real and imaginary is 10 and 20, and I have one display function which is displaying this object contents with real plus a plus ib format. Okay, so I have created one object here in main. So you see complex object 1, object 2. So object 1 is initialized with the default values 10, 20, and object 2 is initialized with 40 and 60. Okay, so when I display, it will display obj1 and obj2. So at the same time now, coming to I have one normal inbuilt data members int a equals to 10 and b equals to 20. So here what I'm doing is int c equals to a plus b. What we are expecting here is, so a plus b value will be added and that sum will be assigned to c. So we are expecting c value to be printed as a plus b. Oh, okay, so what you can do is here you can directly print c, right? Yeah. So c value it has to print 30. Okay. Now let's see whether it is working or not. So no compilation error. Okay. It's compiled successfully. So you can see that complex objects, two objects are there, right? And two objects, one each object is printing. So first object is printing 10 plus I20, and second object is printing 40 plus I60. It is in A plus IB format. And this one is C is a normal integer data type. So C equals to 30. Now here I'm doing addition operation for two integer variables, that is working fine. Now what I want is the same result. I want to do it for the inbuilt data types. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just creating another variable C complex object 3 in the same way how I have done it for um, this int c equals to a plus b, how I have done in the same way. C complex obj3 equals to I'm doing obj1 plus obj2. So what I am expecting is so this real part of obj1 and obj2 has to be added, and it has to be assigned to obj3 real part, and obj2 imaginary and obj1's imaginary has to be added, and it will be assigned to obj3 imaginary. So finally I am expecting here, so this is obj1's real part will be 10, so 10 plus 40, that is 50, and imaginary part will be 20, so 20 plus 60, that is 80. So I am expecting obj3 dot display has to be printed with 50 plus 80 or I80. Okay, let's see whether it will compile or not. See, a lot of errors, right? So if you observe here, see, just check the first error where it is. Yeah, so you can see here, right? Error no match for operator plus. What do you mean by this? So here, why, where we are getting? So this plus is there, right? Here we are getting the error. Okay. So now, why we are getting this error? Because um, so for inbuilt data types it is working. For user defined data types it is not working. So why it is not working for user defined data types? Okay, so that we will discuss. So what we have observed here is these operators existing operators, whatever is there, they are working fine with our uh, the inbuilt data types. Okay, so either plus or minus or um, equals to operator or division or multiplication, all these operators whatever is there, they are working with the inbuilt data types like integer, character, float. Okay, but these existing operators are not compatible with the user defined data types. Just now we have seen we have used plus operator to add two complex objects. Okay, user defined data types, so it is not compatible with the user defined data types like objects of a class or structure, variables of a structure. So in C++ we have a mechanism to make this operator to work with user defined data types also, so by providing some additional responsibility to the operator. So that is nothing but an operator overloading. So operator overloading is nothing but making our inbuilt data types work with user defined data types. So the main concept or main agenda of our operator overloading feature is to make inbuilt so already existing operators work with user defined data types like however it is working with inbuilt data types. So however I add integer a plus b and assign to c, however a plus b is added and assigned it to c, in the same way when I add complex objects obj1 plus obj2 and assigning to obj3, same I want same kind of replica to be applicable for objects also. Okay, so now this operator overloading whatever is there, right? So these are not going to introduce any new operators. So we are overloading only the existing operators. We are not going to overload, or sorry, we are not going to create any new operators. Okay, and also we are not going to change the basic behavior of the operator. So plus means we are using it for addition only. Minus means we are using it for subtraction only. So we are not going to change their basic behavior. Okay, and operator overloading won't change the number of operands the operator is operating. So for example, plus, it is a binary operator. How many operands it is required? So left hand side one operand, the right hand side another operand, so totally two operands it will work. So that is the reason it's called binary operator. So by overloading you are not going to change its behavior, that so how many number of operands plus is working two, now you are not going to make it work with the three operands. Okay, so we are not going to change the basic meaning. So what is the only thing we are doing is we are just making the existing operators work with user defined data types also, like objects or variables of a structure. So what is the benefit we are getting out of this? We are providing a better readability. So apart from that, nothing we are getting. So why this better readability is there? So for example, for me, so you might have get some questions like instead of operator overloading functions, so why can't I go with some addition, subtraction, that functions why I cannot do, right? So for example, I might use add. For my member function I will use add, and I will add plus operation. Okay, or I will use addition, or sometimes I will use sum. So it depends, either I might use my function name as add, or I might use my function name as addition, or I might use my function name as sum or summation. Okay, so it depends on the individual person who is implementing that addition function, right? So if same thing, if we are trying to implement it for plus, so either it is a plus b means addition only, either you write or me write or somebody else is writing, a plus b means a and b are added, obj1 plus obj2 means obj1 will be added to obj2. This is the clear thing. So to provide better readability we are overloading operators. Apart from that, nothing we are introducing. Okay, so we are making the existing operators work with user defined data types also. It is only for readability purpose. So then how many type of operators we have, how many types of operators we can overload? So we have totally three types of operators, that is unary operators which works with only one operand. So for example, plus plus, minus minus, not, These are all unary operators example. And binary operators, which works with two operands at a time, like a plus b, a minus c, a by b, a into b. So equals to operator. These are all unary operators which works with two operands at a time. And also you have some IO operators like insertion operator, extraction operator. So this is about brief introduction about operator overloading. Thanks for watching. Hope you understood this video. Thank you.